Sarah Ferguson, the former Duchess of York, has re-emerged in public view in the tranquil Austrian Alps, marking an end a 7-month period of complete seclusion. Her sighting on April 16, 2026, at a luxurious Austrian resort, where nightly accommodations command rates as high as $2,000, has brought her prolonged absence in sharp focus. Individuals close her indicate that this retreat may signify a critical personal moment, suggesting she could be on the precipice of a significant emotional breakdown, necessitating the serene yet costly environment of the Mayerlife resort. This recent appearance follows a lengthy hiatus from public life, during which the Duchess had not been seen since the funeral of Catherine, Duchess of Kent, in September 2025. The intervening months were filled with widespread speculation regarding her whereabouts, with unverified reports placing her in diverse locations ranging from a Swiss wellness retreat, the Los Angeles residence of Priscilla Presley, and further afield Dubai, Argentina and Verbier, a French ski reportedly home her former associate, Paddy McNally. Priscilla Presley's representatives subsequently refuted claims of her involvement, and none of the other purported sightings were ever corroborated. The specific refuge chosen by the Duchess ultimately proved to be a secluded, pine-clad chalet nestled near the Mayerlife Medical Health Resort in Altaussee, a quiet Austrian village of approximately 1,800 inhabitants, situated beside a pristine alpine lake. This private dwelling, designed for utmost discretion, features 2 bedrooms, a spacious loft-style living area, a private terrace offering views of the water, and comprehensive spa amenities, including a sauna and steam bath. Notably, reports from the Daily Beast indicated her occupancy of room 101, a detail that resonated with literary allusions confronting one's deepest fears. This was not the Duchess's inaugural visit the esteemed Mayerlife facility. She had previously checked in the same resort 2 years prior following a diagnosis of malignant melanoma. That earlier stay spanned 2 weeks and reportedly incurred expenses of up $600–700. During that period, she shared an Instagram post from a lakeside walk, expressing gratitude to the staff for their attentive care, underscoring her familiarity with the establishment's services and therapeutic approach. The Mayerlife Clinic itself holds a distinguished reputation, having been recognized by Vogue as one of the world's P10 spas, a testament its specialized approach wellness. The clinic's methodology, conceived by the Austrian physician Dr. Franz Xaver Meyer, is fundamentally rooted in the principle that optimal gut health is paramount and serves as the foundational pathway overall well-being. However, Austria was not her initial destination after her disappearance from Britain following Christmas 2025. Earlier in her recent period of withdrawal, reports indicate she had first checked in the Paracelsus Recovery Clinic in Zurich, Switzerland, recognized as one of the most exclusive and expensive wellness facilities globally. This clinic charges in excess of US $17,500 per day, with a full month stay potentially reaching close US $472,000. Her reported stay there extended through the end of January 2026, before she relocated the French Alps, then the United Arab Emirates, eventually culminating in her arrival at Altaussee. The question of who is underwriting the substantial costs associated with these extensive and high-priced movements remains publicly unanswered. This financial enigma is particularly pertinent given the Duchess's well-documented history of monetary challenges which have spanned decades. Her long-serving personal assistant, Johnny O'Sullivan, once endured a period of several years awaiting unpaid wages, a debt that was reportedly settled only following the intervention of Jeffrey Epstein. Further complicating her financial narrative, a tabloid sting operation in 2010 captured her consenting accept funds in exchange for facilitating access her former husband, a revelation that prompted her tell Oprah Winfrey she had reached a point of no return due desperation. While friends assert that affluent supporters have rallied to assist her, the sheer scale of the expenses involved in her recent movements appears staggering for an individual consistently described by multiple sources as financially constrained. However, financial pressures represent only one facet of the complex circumstances surrounding her disappearance. The primary catalyst behind her withdrawal from public life has been identified as the release of the Epstein files, a collection of documents made public by the US Department of Justice. These documents contained revelations that Sarah Ferguson maintained continued contact with Jeffrey Epstein. Specifically, one file disclosed that she visited Epstein in Miami merely 5 days after his release from prison, and that she subsequently okayed her daughters, Princesses Beatrice and Eugenie, lunch with him. Additional documents further pointed a request for a $100,000 loan and discussions concerning Epstein potentially becoming the majority owner of one of her companies, illuminating the depth of their association. The repercussions following these revelations were swift and far-reaching. Sarah's Trust, her charitable foundation, ceased operations in early February 2026. Within days of this closure, 6 companies where she held the position of sole director, including S Phoenix Events, Fergie's Farm, and La Luna Investment, some of which had been associated with her for decades, all initiated proceedings close. Furthermore, her children's book, Flora and Fern Kindness Along the Way, was withdrawn from publication by its publisher. Adding the public repudiation, the York Council voted unanimously revoke her the freedom of the City of York, an honour originally bestowed upon her as a wedding gift nearly 4 decades prior. Pressure from across the Atlantic intensified the situation, with US Congressman Suhas Subramaniam, a member of the House Oversight Committee, directly addressing Ferguson. He demanded her submission questioning regarding Epstein's sex trafficking operations, setting an April 9, 2026, deadline for her response. Sources close the Duchess indicated her reaction was a resolute vow never enter the United States again. Her former media lawyer, Jonathan Code, stated that there are no legal mechanisms compel her testimony and that there was no likelihood of her complying with such a request. Even the prospect of a potential tell-all memoir, which might have offered a platform for her perspective, ultimately collapsed. Reports indicated she had sought approximately $2 million from major US publishing houses, but met with universal rejections. Sources informed the Sunday Express that no entity was remotely interested in being seen, enable her cash in on the Epstein scandal, effectively closing that avenue for public engagement or financial relief. Throughout these unfolding events, expert assessments of her mental state have grown increasingly stark. British broadcaster Helena Chard conveyed Fox News Digital that Ferguson is heavily relying on trusted staff members and that her nerves are frayed, describing her as shaken the core by the perceived loss of her royal safety net and expressing concerns that the allegations could damage her daughter's public standing. Royal expert Hilary Fordwich characterized her as massively on edge and panicking about her future prospects. Royal biographer Robert Jobson offered a concise assessment, stating simply that she is not great. Veteran royal author Ingrid Seward delivered a particularly blunt verdict to People magazine, asserting that this time no one going to give her the airspace, highlighting the significant shift in public and media perception. A source closely associated with the Duchess at the Austrian resort confirmed she has no immediate plans to depart her current sanctuary. Offers from various media outlets, including the prominent BBC programme Newsnight, have reportedly been declined without exception. She is said to be dedicating her time reflection amid the ongoing fallout. However, as one friend candidly remarked, she cannot hide out forever, given that the scandal is anticipated to persist for years, making it inevitable that sooner or later she is going to have faced the music, underscoring the enduring public scrutiny awaiting